Welcome back to our series of video interviews from Fruit Logistica 2019. I'm Michael Barker from the Fresh Produce Journal, and I've been joined by Tim O'Malley. He's the Managing Director of Nationwide Produce. Tim, welcome. For anybody that doesn't know, tell us a bit about what Nationwide Produce does.
In Fresh Produce we do just about everything. We grow it, we grade it, we pack it, we import, we export, we trade it. Probably the main thing we do now though is import. We're similar to the UK as a whole. About 67% of our turnover is import and growing.
Yeah.
So do the lot, but mainly import, I would say.
Fabulous. And you've been coming to Fruit Logistica for many years. What's your objectives when you come to this show?
I think this is our 15th year of. We're one of the first UK companies, if not the first, to exhibit here. We're a European company, so for us we've got to be here really. We've got two businesses in Holland, one in Spain, one in Belfast. We import heavily from the UK, heavily from Europe, and we export heavily to Europe. So we've really got to be here.
Yeah, and you've been expanding your international operations in Holland and Spain and so on. Tell us a bit about what the strategy has been there.
Well, we're mainly non-retail, so we don't do much to the retail sector. We turn over last year 120 million, but with a increase in prices and increase in volume this year, we're on for about 140 million turnover. We've got over 1,000 customers that we supply. No one customer is more than 6% of turnover. But we're basically specialising in delivering to smaller customers around Europe. Most of our customer base is around Europe. We procure from around the world, but we sell mainly into the UK and Europe. 80% of our sales are to the UK. And we're going direct to those smaller customers with a pallet collation, a pallet of mixed produce. And that strategy is working out well for us. We've got two main depots that do that, one in Poeldijk near Rotterdam and the other one in Evesham. And the business is building. Fantastic. But you've got to have the range of products. To be able to do it, you've got to have the range of products. And we do about 200 different types of produce on stock at any one time.
That must be quite a challenge to juggle with that.
It is.
That non-retail sector is really growing, isn't it? People can become obsessed with supplying the big supermarkets, but that is a sector with huge further growth potential as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, you could call it food service, wholesale, whichever you want to call it, processing, the canteens. It's, we're eating out more as a nation. I think the retail side is, there's an ongoing retail price war. I wrote an article about it. I think there's a race to the bottom on price, there's a race to the bottom on quality. And we've always concentrated on the non-retail sector, and it seems to be paying dividends for us. But to do it properly, ideally you've got to have the depots, you've got to have the range of products. You can be a packer, most packers just specialise in one or two products to one or two customers. 200 products, 1,000 customers, and it takes a long time to build that. But it's paying dividends. It's going well.
I mean, given the international nature of that supply chain, we're here in Berlin at just a few weeks before Brexit date. It doesn't feel like we're any closer to a resolution to what's going on. How are you assessing that situation, and how are you coping with that?
It's difficult because, I mean, when you hear comments that Tusk made last night about there's a dark place in hell for Brexiteers, it doesn't help, does it?
No,
but Max, it's difficult, but particularly in terms of clearing the goods. But I think we've got an advantage with the depot. We've got a large cold store, 40,000 square foot in Rotterdam. We're talking about bringing goods in from Spain and dropping them there, so we're not holding the lorries up and taking over. The other thing about our depot in Rotterdam is we can customs clear there, so we can clear the goods in Rotterdam and then get them over to the UK. So we've got a plan in place, but all the best laid plans go away. So who knows what's happening? It's incredibly frustrating as a business to be 50 days away from something so monumental and to not know what's going to happen. It's just disruptive.
Because there's talk of stockpiling, all the rest of it. That's very difficult.
It's difficult with fresh produce, isn't it? That's not the game we're in. But at least we've got a giant fridge next to the biggest port in the world. So if you're going to stockpile, then we're set up to do it. I think we export or we import heavily from Spain and Holland. Spain and Holland are the two main nations, and they're seriously concerned because we are a very big customer for them. And I would say particularly the Dutch, because we'll be coming into the Dutch season fairly soon, and as a major customer, they want to do something about it. But yeah, we're getting support from them because they're concerned. Definitely.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, what's the next step for Nationwide? If it's even possible to put Brexit aside for one moment, what's the strategy?
Yeah, well, we've been fortunate this year. One thing that we have invested in is we've just about doubled the size of our facility in Poldijk in Rotterdam. We put extra cold storage in there, and not necessary for Brexit, but it's going to be handy if we need it.
Yeah,
but generally that side of the business is building. The Evesham side is doing well, but just got a bit of a hold on investment until we know where we're going. But generally, business is building, and we're quite happy with the way things are going.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your
Cheers,
time.
Michael.
Tim.
Thanks.